Greetings, this is Andy Blackwood, author of Drogadortin, Lord of the Undead, Scholomance, the Order of the Dragon, and more recently, of the Encyclopedia of Vampirism. In this short video, I would like to discuss with you Noctulius, whose name haunts the page of Anglo-Saxon vampiric literature. It was through the English satanic current from the 80s that it was first popularized at our time. The booklet containing the ritualistic instruction allowing its evocation did not, however, contain a considerable amount of information, apart that he was a god of the night, patron of vampiric activities, linked to the terrestrial sphere, whose favorite incense was petrichor and his chant was G minor. Subsequently, his name will return in other books from different authors, without ever being given any further specification about him. It was through EA quoting that I first discovered the name Noctulius. As I was beginning my researches about vampirism and various chains and orders attached to the mysteries of the undead current, I had then until then been interested in various vampiric hypotheses from the Middle East and particularly Sumerian and Babylonian magic. However, one thing offended me about them. The author dealing about this type of magic claimed that the gods evoked during these rituals were as much psychological masks as being with an existence of their own. I questioned E. quoting on this subject, asking him if, during his own studies and peregrination, he had ever heard of a current or an entity which was not a simple mask, but indeed an immortal being, capable to pass his secret in exchange for anything he could have expected in return. This was how the name of the dark god first came to my ears. Few nights after that, I was standing in front of my altar, opening myself to the spirit of Noctulius for the first time of my life. What happened next changed my perception of vampirism, of magic, and even from the creation in general. I had encountered something that wasn't a simple thought form, neither really an earthbound spirit, something that wasn't human, that was proud, merciless, but fair. Since that, I have dedicated myself to the god of vampirism. I have conducted researches in different languages to discover that Noctulius was not simply a name that appeared in recent English literature. It was an antique being that have been documented since millennium in the Transalpine region. Years after years, I am always as intrigued as I was that night, as Noctulius is a guide to many stars, universe, and dimension unknown to human consciousness. In my grimoire, the Encyclopedia of Vampirism, I will develop my own researches about Noctulius based on archaeological researches, book published in Italy during the 3 past centuries, as well as giving a ritual to embrace the current of Noctulius. In the online course that goes with it, E. Coding and I will develop in details our own experience with the Dark God and how working with him differs from any being we have ever encountered during our own background. Visit Become a Living God during the night of October 13 for Halloween and prepare yourself to take your first step under the tutelage of the Night God.